What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Division 2 build video. I hope you enjoyed the opening montage, and you probably guessed by now where this video is heading. Now, this is my PvP version of the Hunter's Fury brand set. I'm not going to go into too much detail into the actual bonuses or the brand set itself. I did upload a PvE version earlier to my channel utilizing the new exotic SMG, the Backfire. So I would highly recommend, if you want an actual breakdown into the Hunter's Fury brand set, the bonuses, etc., go watch that video. The link will be in the description below, or you can click on the thumbnail at the end of my video. This is, like I just said, a PvP version. What tweaks do you make to take it from a PvE to PvP? It's quite simple. First, we're not using the Backfire. Not to say that it's not viable in a PvP situation. It's just that we all know the Backfire has that that bleed mitigation that you got to worry about every time you reload. So you got to invest into hazard protection, which we know takes away from your red attributes. So instead, we are going with a vector where we can just invest everything into crit chance and crit damage. And as well, we are utilizing the right foam to combat those high armor shield builds, which, you know, are a little annoying, especially in skirmish. Keeping in mind, though, that, you know what, everything has a counter, guys. In the Division, everything has a counter, and what I find to be the best counter for you know, someone pulling up with a shield and high armor is to foam them. Call it cheese, call it what you want, but hey, you know what? Having 2 million armor and pulling a shield in front of you, it's also cheese as well. Everything is cheese in the Division. Let's just leave it at that. So let's get into the build quickly. From the top, we are using the gunner. I think it's probably the best specialization for the Hunter's Fury. You get that bonus armor when you use a med kit. You get bonus armor when you kill an enemy. You get faster reloads, etc., etc. All good good points. Primary weapon of choice, like I mentioned not too long ago, is we're using the Vector primarily for the high RPM. This is what's going to help you just shred through their armor when they're stuck in the rifle. My Vector nowhere near God roll, but still delivers. It's got 12% SMG damage, 16% crit chance, 8% damage to targets out of cover. This is the attribute that you want, or you can also go with damage to armor, either one. As for talents, I recommend Optimist. You can also go with Measured for even more RPM. Just keep in mind that on console it's kind of hard to land all those shots with such crazy RPM. So I go with Optimist because my aim is not the greatest. Weapon damage is increased by plus 3% for every 10% ammo missing from the magazine. For my secondary, I am using a shotgun, the Mop, primarily. Why? Well, I mean, quickly, the 2-piece bonus gives you shotgun and SMG damage, so why not? And for my sidearm, I'm using the Orbit for perfect finisher. Guys, this is probably a really good talent that a lot of you aren't familiar with. If you swap to this weapon just before you make that kill, especially in the dark zone, let's say an NPC, you get additional 35% crit chance and 40% critical hit damage for 15 seconds. So make use of this talent whenever you can. Now, the build itself, 4-piece Hunter's Fury and 2 high-end. The chest, we went with a Sokolov chest. You can go Grupo Sombre if you want for more crit damage. The talents that you want, though, is Intimidate, as well as the backpack. You want to use the Matador to make use of Perfect Adrenaline Rush. These two talents synergize quite well. Matador, Adrenaline Rush gives you bonus armor. And Intimidate, with bonus armor, you get 35% additional weapon damage. So on the mask, we want with armor. We want to have 4 reds, 2 blues for this build. You can go 3 blues if you want to be a little bit tankier. I don't think it's necessary. So on the mask, I rolled armor, and you want crit damage, crit chance. On the chest, Again, you want all reds across the board. On the holster, I went with armor and crit damage. On the knees, weapon damage, crit damage. On the gloves, weapon damage, crit chance, or crit damage. Remember, it all depends. You want to reach the 60% cap or get as close to as possible, and then invest everything into crit damage. My rolls are not the best, so I had to roll crit chance on some of my pieces. And for the backpack, again, much like the chest, you want red across the board. By achieving that, you should be maxed out on your crit chance or close to it. I'm at 58.4 with my crit damage at 111. My watch is not maxed out, so your crit damage is probably higher if you are maxed out. What else is worth mentioning here? Our all weapon damage bonus is at 67.5%. Our submachine gun damage bonus is at 52.5%. There's our armor. There's our armor on kill, 330,000, and our max health, our health on kill. Remember, you do get 100% health every time you get a kill, so that comes in handy. If you remember clutch, sort of same scenario. For my skills, I do use the Stinger Hive. This comes in handy whether it's PvP or PvE, and of course, the purpose of this build is the riot foam. It did receive a nerf in PvP, the ensnare duration. So as far as the mods, I would recommend a radius mod to have better coverage when you are going to use it on your enemy, and to use a ensnare duration to to keep them foamed, so to speak, a little bit longer. Mine is at 2.2 seconds. In PvP, it's almost instantly, so you got to be quick, which is why you want that vector, because you want to shred through his armor and possibly his health in those 2 seconds. It is possible. And that's pretty much the build, guys. Like I said, this is the PvP version. The PvE is in my channel as well, using the backfire. So check that out again if you haven't done so already. And like always, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Be on the lookout. I will be releasing a PvP version utilizing the new Memento backpack, so you are going to want to tune in for that. Okay, catch you later.